Hi everybody, here we've got KD Pascal. He's a film director. Round of applause. Yeah, welcome. Just tell the viewers a little bit about yourself.
Okay, my name's KD Pascal. I am a filmmaker. I've been in business since 2003, 2004, and I'm literally just elevated myself up from there, really.
Okay. How did you start off?
I started off. It's a funny story. It's a funny story. But I'll nutshell it. So, 2004, literally a friend of mine passed away, and I kind of, it took a lot out of me, and I felt like, what I was doing at the time, it wasn't productive, and I felt like, I need to change my life around. So one day I was sitting outside my mom's house, and I got approached by somebody who was selling a video camera for a small fee. Mm-hmm. So we done the exchange. I wasn't sure at the time what I was gonna do with the camera. I just knew that nobody that I knew had a camera, and I thought, you know what, let me just get it. It's going for cheap. He wasn't asking for much, so I took it, and as a result of that, because like me and my friends, we used to do a lot of fun stuff. At the time, he was making a lot of money, and we just like to have fun.
Yeah.
Like we do like stupid stuff, and at this particular point, like rap and grime music was coming onto the scene. So you had like Dizzy Rascal, I think like Wiley, Tinchy Strider, they were making noise. Because I'm originally from South, so at the time we didn't have like as much artists that were in the industry making enough noise. Some of the friends that I hung around with, they thought they could rap.
Yeah.
So I thought, okay, let me just entertain me. I got the video camera, and I started, like the video cameras where you flip out the side.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, it's mad. But anyway, I filmed them, and we just in my bedroom on the streets. And long story short, there was an event at, what do you call that place? Is it? Oh God, not Embankment. It was South Bank or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, by Waterloo, they had like an event called the okay, I don't remember what it's called, but it was like so many different artists were there. So I think at the time, Getz just come out of prison. Wiley was there. A few other guys were there. So I brought my camera along. I had no business going there.
Was
really.
it like Eskimo dance or something like that?
No, it wasn't even a rave. It was just like a music
event.
like a urban something.
Okay.
So, yeah. So I thought, let me go down there with my camera.
Yeah.
At the time, like I said, there's so many different artists there. So I just started filming them, started interviewing them. So we met with Wiley, we met with, as I said, Getz. We filmed Getz clashing. It was a different world to what I was used to. And I thought, you know what, I could work here.
Yeah.
So I think it was probably like a week later, I took a certain amount of undisclosed funds, and I bought equipment.
Yeah.
I invested in equipment, invested in myself. And from there, literally, I made it my duty to call up some of these artists. Some people I knew through connections that I had just from being out on the road. They had connections to the artists, and we just convened different interviews, met them, interviewed them, got like freestyles and whatever, and just sort of like built up a portfolio of different artists and interviews. And gradually, I thought to myself, well, how can you get paid off this? I looked into different type of distribution channels. At the time, there's like it was called Channel U at the time and stuff, but they weren't really trying to connect with somebody who's a known guy. So I looked into the whole DVD strategy, and it made sense business wise. And we just kind of pursued it from there.
So you started selling DVDs, then
it was mad though, because I'm saying DVDs, like nobody never, set the path for me to follow in that sense. I think in America they had the DVD called Smack,
Yeah, I know
DVD.
it.
But I didn't know their business model. I just knew that, okay, you got a product. I know how to sell products.
Yeah.
So we bought like I ordered like a sort of like DVD pressing machine instead of having to go to a company and pay
get
them.
them to,
I thought, let me just buy it myself. And then, you know, I got one of my cousins, I got him to design the front cover for the DVD, and we ended up calling it Streets Incarcerated, which was like one of the first of its kind. I think in the East you had like Lord and the Mics,
Risky
Lord
Roads,
and the Decks, Risky Roads, Aim High, like so many of them. It's funny because at the time coming from South wasn't.
Yeah, we weren't doing it.
It wasn't a cool thing.
Yeah, we wasn't doing that over here. Yeah,
you know
definitely.
What I mean? So, and I'll tell you what, it was mad because we were going to East London. I can't even remember all the shops. Like Risky Roads had a shop, Rhythm Division, like all these shops. So we was going up music shops, and we would meet Wiley, we meet Getz, and like they knew we from South, but it always felt like it didn't really feel authentic because obviously that's not my people.
Yeah.
Then I'm not their people. So being that we were from South, it felt as if we weren't embraced as much as the other DVDs. So it was like at the time, okay, we just got to push our brand, push our product, and after a while they kind of accepted us because they saw us everywhere. They weren't nowhere that we didn't go.
Yeah.
And that, I'm not that type of guy that fears going to other areas. It's not like how it is now.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm used to traveling. Yeah. You know what I mean? So from there, it was a straight business, and we got lucky, man. We got lucky.
And then, so how did the transition move from obviously pressing out the DVDs? I'm guessing you got a little buzz around your name and stuff, because obviously we know South London. Obviously would have been popular over here. And then how did you transition?
So I think after there was a point where there was just so many people that started buying cameras and started doing the DVD things, and even though we had a name, a quite reputable name, I felt we got to open up the game a bit more, because I don't like to feel
closed in.
So I thought, okay, so what's the next, like what can I vision? And I'm a big fan of film. Like there was a point where HMV used to sell like videos at the time, so we're getting back. So
people are not gonna know where that is, but we know.
Oh, that's like a
old school. It's for the older generation.
I'm giving away my age. But so I used to do deals. Me and my friends used to, when we finished what we was doing on the streets, we'd go up to like Piccadilly. There was like a massive HMV there at the time. We'd buy videos, we'd buy DVDs. CDs, it was mad. Like I'll go home, like bare munchies and that, and there'd be like all of us on the couch just watching different films. And I always used to feel like, as a young person from Britain, I felt like we got stories as well. And a lot of my roots come from like Clapham and Brixton, and the things that I saw growing up, I knew they were well worthy of being in a film. I've got so many films up here just based off of real life, even things that I've been through personally. So I felt like we can give just as good as the Americans can give in regards to story. So whilst everybody was filming artists and music videos and interviews, I thought, I need to take it to the next level. And I was always good with writing, like since as far as I remember, like being 11 years old, watching an episode of EastEnders, went in my room and I thought, I started writing dialogue, and I got my sister and my cousin to come in and act out the dialogue.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I always remember that, and I thought, if I could do that, then I know I can do it now. And I've got books and books of the scripts.
Wow.
They'll never see the light of day, but
they might do.
Practice.
Yeah, I guess so. So, I mean, practice do you make perfect, isn't it? Of course. So the reason why I asked you to come is because I came to your film premiere. What was it?
For Residential.
Residential.
Yeah.
And I was literally blown away. Like, obviously, I watch a lot of films, British films. I'm a fan of everything British music, the revolution from garage to grime to now drill. Obviously that's my era in it. So when I came to the film premiere, I was just blown away because I was just like, wow, how can someone's mind be so I can't give it away because you just have to go and watch it. But I'm interested in like people's minds and how their minds come up with stories, and the way that the story played out in the film, it was just something that I didn't see coming. It was so like you can't imagine it. Like you just couldn't write it. So I was just interested in obviously how you came up with that thought process, because the twist is just nuts. It's just mad. It's just absolutely mad. You can't even really talk to me about it in that much depth because it will be giving away everything.
Yeah.
But that particular ending, like how did that become like a seed into a script?
I honestly, I feel like when you're writing stories, sometimes the story takes on a life
Of its own, yeah,
its own.
definitely.
And what the story was telling, what the story was telling me was that okay, something drastic needs to happen here. Like it needs to be something that is gonna not only hold your audience, but have like that impact.
Yeah.
Where,
because for me it's had that everlasting impression on me, and still to now, as I said, I watch a lot of films. We've got so many great films in England, so many great series like Top Boy and stuff like that, but your film still is one of my top.
Yeah, no, thanks. No, I think, and you know what, to be honest with you, there's been I know situations like that. Like
Oh really?
Life, yeah.
Oh wow! Because that's what I was trying to grasp.
Yeah.
If it's like something that happened in real life, or is it something that you just conjured up in your mind?
Well, in that particular case, it's something that was conjured up in my mind. But
Yeah.
I'm saying like I know of,
After.
like okay, well that's a real thing.
Wow.
You know, or even something really as similar to that. So that's where that came from. And even so, it was supposed to be a lot more better than that anyway. You know, but you know, hey.
No, it's done its job. It's done its job, definitely. So, yeah, when is that coming out?
So March.
I've been told by the producer. Funny enough, last night, March. So
okay, March.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys got to go and watch that. Definitely. Is it coming out in cinema, or is it just coming out some mainstream panel?
Right. So we're doing a screening in March. And
okay.
Then, after the screening, then it will be onto like
public
major
streaming services
channel. Yeah.
Okay. And the screening, is it open to everyone, or is it just going to be a closed screening?
There'll be information online and stuff. I'd imagine next month I've got a meeting with the marketing team.
Okay.
So I imagine from next month you start seeing, you know,
advertisements and stuff like that. I'm so excited. I'm not gonna lie. I'm obviously definitely coming. Definitely, hopefully you're in the front row. No, I'm joking. The cast will be in the front row, but no, I'm excited because as I said, there's not a lot of films that I watch and I'm like, yeah, this sticks in my mind. Who inspires you or inspired you to start working in this field? So like you said, you like watching films. Like tell me like 3 of your top films that you can watch over and over and over again.
Like straight away. Do you know what? I don't even like these questions. I like so many films. But the films
that you can't live without.
Man. Yeah, so I mean, straight away I'd say like one of my favorite films in terms of how it's shot, storyline, emotions and stuff. I like City of God. That's definitely one of my top films. Like a lot of old films.
Uh-huh.
I can't even answer that question. I've got too many films. Seriously, I ain't got like a favorite. I just love a film that touches me. It has a different twist to it. But definitely City of God, things like Casino. I like a lot of gangster films. That's a lot of films. That's a lot of the films I used to buy.
Yeah.
It's only I'd say like a few years ago where I started to sort of expand on different types of storylines, like different countries, A lot of subtitle films, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually like subtitle films. I've been cinema to watch quite a few of them.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's interesting that you have to read and kind of watch the film at the same time. It's like, yeah, it tests your mind and your thought process.
Your mind, innit?
I think so.
Yeah. I'm pretty much into that always. Like, I'm always up for something new. I don't try to pigeonhole myself too much in terms of, you know, what I like. I'm very eclectic in that way. So, yeah.
So as you carry on, like your career path in cinematics and films and stuff, where would you like your brand to go?
Do you know what? I've always said this to people. My dream is to have a brand like the Fast and Furious.
Oh, okay.
Now, the reason why I say that is because, like, I love traveling.
Okay.
And I felt like with Fast and Furious, I like what they've done. They've gone to different countries all the time. And I feel like if you got a brand where you can travel the globe with that brand, man, happy days. Yeah. So
that's like traveling, doing something you like doing, and working, doing something you love. Yeah, on location.
That's right.
Yeah.
I mean, because I've got experience doing that as well. Being able to travel and film, and you know, one thing I learned in traveling and shooting is, you know, the amount of people that, you know, you meet abroad that, you know, are there at your beck and call, and you know, you're just in a different environment, and this gives you so much more inspiration going to different locations and realizing that, you know, I started off where most guys that look like me start off, like coming from a poverty background and working your way up. My story's not that much different from a lot of people that look like myself, and even like other ethnicities that are below the breadline coming up. But I feel like it's all about your drive and what do you want from this? What's your vision? How are you going to achieve that vision? And I feel like filming, you know, it's done so much for me that I don't think I would have been able to achieve just by, you know, just doing the average 9 to 5. That was, you know, that's the only other option for me. So,
So who inspired you to? Because I know a lot of times, like, just in general, we all have dreams, we all have visions. You know, some people tend to play it safe and will stay in a 9 to 5, like you said, instead of, like, you know, really being hungry and going after what they want. Like, so what inspired that hunger in you to actually know and believe in yourself that you could actually get to this level?
Yeah, I mean, for myself personally, I've always been like, I just been that guy that I just get up and go. I don't really see anything as an obstacle. I've always been a visualizer. If I see something in my mind, no matter what it takes to get there, relentlessly, I've just kind of just pursued it.
Right.
Like, you know, by hook or by a crook, hell or high water. I just, you know what I mean? No matter what it is, like good, bad or indifferent, I just thought, you know what, I got to go and get it. Like, because if I don't get it, who's going to get it for me?
Right.
You know, my dad wasn't there for me, so I didn't have like a role model in that sense. And obviously I've seen the struggles that my mum had to go through, and I always said to myself, you know what, you know, like as a little kid, you say like, one day, man, I'm gonna buy your house.
Yeah, that is the story.
And you know, it's just been in me. You know, I've had a lot of downs in my life, took a lot of L's, and I felt like, you know what, if anyone's gonna make my life better, then it's got to be me. So I was forced to believe in myself and to get up and, you know, go for what I want and not depend on nobody. So it's pretty much that. It wasn't so much, you know, inspiration from another person.
Yeah.
And if there was inspiration, then I'm not being funny, it was probably like from people that were street guys.
Right. Okay.
It weren't anybody that I know that was legal or who had a successful production company.
Yeah.
You know, it was just like people I know to be getters. So I kind of modeled their behavior, but then channeled it into something more positive and got the results.
Because, like, obviously the main purpose of like this interview and stuff is times have changed.
Hell yeah.
So obviously, hopefully you're inspiring someone. Do you know what I'm saying? You're the inspiration for somebody now to know that we can do things legitly and actually make money for it, and our stories be heard, like, long term.
Absolutely.
I think, as you said, like, there was a lot of key things that you said, like, coming from our, like, urban background, like, you are sometimes put in that box you know, and there are people that you look up to, and even if they're doing the wrong thing, some people still follow.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
So let everyone know your socials, how to get in contact with you, what you got coming up, if you want to disclose that or not, what's in the pipeline.
Now, do you know what? I would say I'm not gonna give anything promotion at the moment because they're still pretty much in a build up, but I do have some stuff coming out this year. But to stay tuned, you can catch me on what's my socials? So I can't remember. My Facebook. I think my Facebook is something like KD Pascal. My Instagram is at signature_deems. Deems spelled DEEMZ. And LinkedIn is KD Pascal. Yeah, I'm not the most efficient person on social media, I must admit, but from next month I will be. So, you know, if you want to keep up to date with what I'm doing, definitely catch me on those socials.
And send the DMs.
DMs.
Definitely support. I'm definitely a big supporter. And I think I always will be, because when you're moved by something, I'm always going to keep on banging on about this film, but when you're moved by something, you look and you anticipate their next artwork. So I'm looking forward to the next.
Thank you. It's going to get
film.
bigger and better, definitely. We're going to work together as well.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. You did say that to me. You was like, everyone, this is what he said to me. He said, everyone has stories in throughout their lives that everyone should be inspired to, you know, let other people read. And when you said that to me, I was like, you know what, that is so powerful, because a lot of people just go through their lives just thinking they're living a regular, you know, living life the best way they can, and not knowing that, you know, your life can turn into something beautiful on the big screen. That's which right. Obviously happened to you, and that Harry Potter lady in it, because she wrote, she wrote her thoughts in, I think, her kitchen table, just writing away. That's
what I wrote residential, my kitchen table.
Yeah, okay. Kitchen table it is for me then. Actually, my kitchen's not big enough to have a table, but yeah. All right, well, thank you so much, and definitely I wish you nothing but success. And hopefully you come and give me all the tea first, so the subscribers are not waiting. But yeah, thank you so much for coming, and I appreciate you. No worries.
Okay, cheers.